going to do that verification that we talked about. We have brought the spreadsheet down and I brought it up on my computer. And so, first thing we wanted to check was see how many records we got on the update. Because we know that we had 94 characters. We can see if we look down here, 94 is the number of rows that it added. Looks all nice and pretty. So first verification out of the way. Second verification, we know we start with Adelaide. We know we end with Dorado, right? So then you've got these question marks. That's simply the ones that it wasn't sure about. So you can verify those real quick. We know ASF, Afternoon Soap Flan, is 6 stars, so yes, say 6. You know, Ambitious Tywin is 5 stars, so yes, we can say 5. You know, Angelica is actually 6 stars, so we can say 6, we can say 6. Ambitious Tywin is 0, and then Afternoon Soap Flan was 6. So notice the ones that it has difficulty on, right, is the ones where the stars extend into the portrait, which is obviously going to be your maxed characters. So those are the ones that you want to just make sure are correct. Those are the most important ones anyway. Usually, you know, it's pretty accurate, but whatever, we're checking just to that's why we're checking, right? So it has question mark on Mildred. Yes, it is 1 star awakening. Celine, right, is 1 star awakening. Yes. Corrosive is 5 or 6 stars and 6 stars. And Estelle is on the next picture. Moving on. Estelle is 6 stars, and you might even just know this information yourself, right? Like depending on how intimately familiar you are with your account. But it's FST is 6 and 3, and that's one direction. Marsetti is 6 and 6, and Isteria is 5 and Isteria 3. And Lena Bobina is 4 and 3. Yep. And Lytica is on the next picture. So she's 5 and 0. And Mort is 5 and 0. Rose class 4 and 3. Salome is 6 and 6. Jessica is 6 and 6. Ibria is 5 and 1, and Victorica is 3. Okay. So, what did we miss? Movie? Yes, 4 and 3. So, we can take that update, and this is where you want to decide how deep you want to go, because I'm going to say that I trust it enough to be accurate for the rest. What you can do, and I have done in the past to verify this, and it's worked out greatly, is if you just look at it as like, here's just a quick way you could verify every single bit of information, right? I can look across the top and I see I have 3633, so that's on stars. If I go right here, I go 3633. So then I go 3 what's that? Yeah, 3536, and then just, you know, look all the way, just go all the way down, right? Do the same on awakening. you don't have to do that. That's only if you want to try, if you want to keep it as accurate as possible. The In my experience, the ones that it stumbles on are the ones that are extended into the portrait or that bleed in with the background. So as long as you verify those, you should be good. And remember, at the end of the day, this is just a tool to help you make decisions. It's not like it's changing your account or has access to your account or is doing anything for you. Um, it's just, helping you make decisions. And those decisions are going to be best made with better input. The more you verify, the better your input. But you have to find a balance because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where this becomes a job or a chore, right? Um, Unless you just want to geek out and go super hard on it, which you can, right? Because you can get really, really intensive with this process, but you don't need to. What we did just now is pretty much the extent of where you need to go. So let me take this file and I'm going to update our project with the new master. Let me get right back on here. So we were eight spreadsheet. Go to file mapping, right? X. Okay, so it knows that. Go given its ground rules, right? think that's a good start for some ground rules. What do you guys think? Second? Okay. So let's get back to this. Okay. So we can seed the instructions that way. Good deal. So let's do our first value driven grid. Okay. So GPT Master, please go, please characters into roles that with all examples or think GPS, the story, give me or table in a pie chart, because who doesn't like pie? Um, run in an hour. So first, before analyzing, it needs a list of data. The role taxonomy. So tank, bruiser, single target DPS, AoE DPS cleaves, main. Actually, let's modify this. Go with a two-tiered category system, a high level and a DPS. And a tag a character will talking to myself anyway. The character be one of the high level categories, but be multiple or may have multiple That's better. Okay, so we'll start there. Want to get that fancy? Not really yet. They're into relevant category tags. Run and now this one and let's discover where I start full coverage in order to prioritize full strategy. Okay. Provide a tabular as well as a five. Okay. So while it's doing that, let's start a new thread. So these are things that we want to always be true. They're separate from instructions. They're going to help with logic and like decision making. Go check on. Funny, it's trying to figure out how to classify Salome. Strong tank up. Excuse me. Enjoying my Dutch brothers. Up in here. Should be farming, shouldn't I? auto flag team hangs out in low champion. Look at our fancy charts. $31 unbuilt DPS. Yeah, bit of a little bit of coverage there. So yeah, so I mean, it's basically just saying you don't need to pull more DPS, right? Should be prioritizing cleanser, defense, word opener. Here's some suggestions on who to pull, and a detailed breakdown of the right. So it's not in the scope of this video right now to analyze all of this data, right? I'm going to do that on my own time, and I will make a follow-up video on learnings from it. But this is definitely a good start, right? So what we want to do is take this data and use it in the future when we're doing our pulls, and that's whenever this particular look that we just got is going to be of more value to us. Let's take a look. All right, so see, it made a completely new spreadsheet. Got the formatting all funky. But as you can see, like, I asked it to do one thing, right? And it did a whole lot of things for me. I now have, it even made a gap analysis sheet for me, right? So like, I don't have to keep this sheet up to date, right? This was me asking it a question, got an answer, and I can use this data however I want, right? I can pull bits of data like this out at any time, however I want. That's part of the beauty of the system, right? Now, that doesn't mean again that I have to keep that up to date. You can if you want. We're not going to worry about that right now. What we are going to do is say, I'm going to pull my count up. And really wish I could switch back and forth on stream. So aggravating that cannot. Come on. Okay. Alright. Or froze it. And the yeah, that's what it started with. So well, let's see if it uses and all right, let's see what it comes up with. Oh, my good team that I was telling you about lost. What's it gonna come back with? Doing back here. Biblis v. Biblis. The Perfume Wars. Alright, for character stated, more important than limitation understood. The role it was. Right. So we will want to go backfill that spreadsheet. Right. So it's saying first test would be that's fun. The first test okay, so it's saying swap in Furious. After team investment, pros it pros it community. No push. Yeah, I didn't really think I was so ready, but I didn't want to know what the initial read was. Yeah. What does my Furious even look like? I don't think I have anything in them. Right, so I have to build my Furious before I can do anything. But I mean, that's a good check, right? And I know Furious is good for PvE. You know, I think that's just kind of a known thing, right? So we can know from that kind of understanding that it's on the right track in what it's telling me anyway. Um, it's not like it made some groundbreaking determination, right? But what it did was give me an answer that a new player could feel comfortable in accepting as a reasonable, right? And that's part of the goal is helping people understand why decisions are made because it's not only saying hey pick Furious, it's saying hey pick Furious and here's why. And if you want more information you can ask it, well, why did you decide this, or what was your thinking here? And the more you interface with it like that, the more you're going to learn um, about the system, the game itself. Like I said, I've learned how gear is analyzed and how I can look at gear and make determinations quickly. Learned character evaluation. I've gotten a lot of really good information out of this system on my main account. So that's fine. We're not going to get a hell team. We don't really have much of a change to make for our Warwick team. So we'll say, okay, let's see if we have something we could even attempt golem. Smells like defeat. Uh-oh. Hit the autoplay button mashing while I'm waiting. Do have several fire pieces already, but the real excuse me question is farm ready now versus one small project. Okay, testable, likely farmable, not yet optimized. So it's saying give Victorica, Angelica, ASF. That's okay. Okay, that's some good test worthy material. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here because, like I said, I can't actually switch to my iPad to show that account farming, but I'm going to test this team out and I'm going to record it. We'll go through it on stream next time I'm streaming, and we'll look at some PvP builds and some other value opportunities. But I think that's a good start. You can at least start to see some of the value you can get out of a system like this. If you have any questions you'd like to see me ask my data, or if you'd like help setting up your own system or have any questions, comments, just let me know.